Hello and welcome to Lesson 5 of Math 13x. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a frequency table, and we're going to use these grades that I made up pretending this is for a biology exam. Well, a frequency table looks like this. So we're going to end up with something that looks like this. So this column right here are the ages. Perhaps these are people that are at like a day camp, and it's saying for the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, there's 3 people. So most likely those are the adults that are taking care of the younger kids. So this means that the youngest person is 9, and in the 9, 10, 11 category, there's 8 people. Then there's the 12, 13, 14-year-olds, etc. So that's what we're going to be making. There's something to notice, and that is if you look at the numbers on the left, this goes up by 3 and goes up by 3 and goes up by 3. The number 3 isn't that important, but just the consistency is what's important. So here it goes up by 3, goes up by 3, goes up by 3. And that number is called the class width. So that's one of the things we're going to need to find. All right, now let's get to work on this one. So the first thing to do is put these in order, which you could do without a calculator, or you could use a calculator. I would suggest using a calculator. From this, pretty much this point on in the class, we're going to be using the TID4 quite a bit. And the first thing I need to do is type the numbers in the list. So if you go right here, there's the stat key. And then number 1 is to edit a list. So then just hit enter down here on the bottom. And when I do that, it shows me these lists, L1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we're going to be using L1. By the way, if L1 is not there, then just go back to stat, and number 5 will reset it. So if it ever happens to you that one of the lists disappears, do the setup editor, hit enter, and now it's back. So go to stat, edit, and there's the list. Now, I was using this for something else, so I have these numbers in there that I need to erase. The best way to do that is use the arrow key and go to the top until L1 is highlighted, and then right here, use clear. At first, it looks like it didn't clear it out, but when you move the cursor, it's cleared out. All right, now type in these numbers. So I'll just try to do this fast and accurate at the same time. And then right here, I got to this 79, and I'm going to make a mistake. I accidentally typed 76. And then I keep going. 67, 68, 96, 84, 75. The number right here in the parentheses is how many numbers there are, so there's 20. And I'm just going to skip ahead right here. Count the number of scores. In statistics, we use n for number, so that's 20 scores. Now, I would just go back through the list and then double check that I typed everything in right. And there's a 67, a 79. Oops, that one's supposed to be a 79, not a 76. So you can just type over it and then go through the list and make sure that I have everything typed in right. I think now it looks good. Okay, then sort the list. So go to stat and go to number 2. And you could either just type the number 2, or you could highlight it like this and then hit enter. And what it's waiting for right now is the name of the list. So I'm using L1. So if you look under the number 1, in blue it's got L1. So just put second L1. And now it's going to sort list 1. So now when I go back to the list, they're now in order from the smallest to the biggest. So you don't really need to write that down right here. Just if you're using the calculator. If you are not using the calculator, then you would need to write it down right here. Okay, then, sorry, this is getting sort of bright. Let me just adjust. The sun just came out, and now it was getting really bright. Okay, next, subtract the smallest number from the biggest number. So now that they're in order, I know that at the top of the list, that's the smallest. And if you go to the bottom of the list, down to the 20th score, the biggest is 97. So subtract them, the big minus the small. So 97 minus 52. And to get out of the list, you can just put second quit. That takes you back to the home screen. And 97 minus 52 is 45. Now, in the directions, I said to use 5 categories. So if you look at my made-up example right here, this one has 1, 2, 3, has 4 age categories. But for this example, we're going to use 5 categories. So the number that we just found, 45, is the range because they range from 52 up to 97. So that's a range of 45. And then divide by the number of categories. So 45 divided by 5. That one I could even do without a calculator. That's exactly 9. All right. Now start making the table and put the smallest score at the bottom left corner. So put the smallest score, that was the 52, and put that in the bottom left corner. So here's the table, and 52 goes right here. And when I divided the 45 by the 5, I got 9, and that is the class width. So that's the number that it's going to change by each time. So when I go from 52 up to the next one, this has to go up by 9. So add 9. And 52 plus 9, that's a 61. So the next number in this row is a 61. And then add 9 again. And this one I could do without a calculator. 61 plus 9 is 70. And then add 9 again. And then add 9 again. So 61 plus 9 is 70, and then 70 plus 9 is 79. And then 79 plus 9, I'm pretty sure that's 88. 79 plus 9, yeah, that's 88. All right. Now to fill in these numbers. Well, this is the people that got in the 50s up to, I don't know yet. But this category includes 61. So that means this one has to stop right before that. It has to stop at 60. And you could use that reasoning to fill out all the rest of these, or you could just do the plus 9 idea. So next, 60 plus 9 would be 69. Or you could say, what goes here? Well, this one starts at 79, so this one has to stop right before that at 78. Or you could just add 9 to each side, and next would be 87. And then if I add 9, there's going to be a 96 right here. But from over here, the biggest score is actually a 97. So every once in a while, you do have to adjust this very last number to include the top score of 97. All right, now we're done with the hard part. The last part is count how many people have between 52 and 60. And that is why it was good to have them in order. Besides, in the rest of the semester, we're going to use these lists in order again, so it was good practice. So who got between 52 and 60? And it looks like it's only that person right there. somebody got a 52. So there's one person there. And now count from 61 to 69. So that's basically going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. All right, next count how many people got from 70 to 78. So starting with the 72, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, not the 79, so not the 6. So it was actually 5. Let me just double check with that. 72 to 78. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it ends right there with that 77. That's 5 people. And then we're almost done. So 79 to 87. So this one, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 people. And finally, what about 88 to 97? So this 88 would count in here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the last score, so 5. And then one last thing is this should account for everybody. So if I add this up, it should equal 20 because there's 20 scores. And let me see, if I put this one and this one together, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So the total equals 20. That means that everybody got counted and nobody got double counted.